All right, hey there, Algebra 2 folks. I just wanted to go through and talk about what our course is going to look like now on Canvas and how things are going to proceed. So when you go to your Canvas course, this is what you're going to see right now. This is the main page. And in here we've got directions on where to find information. So resources for the online transition is in the distance learning module. Office hours and times and links so you can meet with me is in the office hours module. And then put my email address on here one more time to let you know. And also a little motivational baby chick for luck, because I think we're all going to need it a little bit right now. So when you access Canvas, if you go to modules, up at the top now you're going to see two new things. So first is the distance learning resources. If you want to use a TI calculator, TI has put all of their resources online for free, so you can download a calculator for 6 months. So if you want to use that, that is an option, and the link is there. The outline for what we're going to do the rest of the semester is here. This is what we're going to cover. Not sure timing-wise how this is going to go. We're going to be flexible. If we have time, we're going to all do transformations. For my speedsters that are bored and want some more to do, I'm going to also build this unit up so you can have some backup information. We're going to start with Unit 1 on Monday with exponential functions. Then we'll jump into logs and solving exponential equations. And the last thing we're going to talk about is rational equations and expressions. If you haven't yet, I would really love it if you would take a second and read the philosophy moving forward for this course. It's just kind of how I'm thinking about things from here on out, and I think that would be super helpful for you all. So if you haven't, please take a second and read that. And then one small silly request. I can remember when I was stuck at home over the summers, and checking the mail was the highlight of my day. So if you are interested in getting some snail mail and maybe some math stuff in the mail, please go click on this and fill it out, and I will send you some stuff so you can check your mailbox. Totally optional. You do not need to do that. It's just if you want. All right, down here I will be posting where my office hours are going to be for each week. So right now we have scheduled on Thursday at 3 p.m. My thought was that would give you some time to actually dig into the course a little bit before we met. If we need to have more during the week, we can totally set that up. If you would prefer to have a one-on-one conference with me, we can make that happen as well. But if you are interested in popping by to ask me a question for office hours on Thursday, you just click on that. Here is the link for the Zoom meeting. Don't test that out until at least 2:55 for me, though, because they do send me a notification every time somebody accesses it. So don't access it early, please. But these will be all here, and I will update them each week with our new office hours. And like I said, if you guys think you need more than just one session, we can set up two. And these are purely optional. If you have questions, by all means come. If you're bored and you just need to see some faces on your screen, by all means, come to office hours. But it is not mandatory. If you're kicking butt and taking names on the content and you don't need me, that is fine. You don't need to check in. All right, so this is what you can see right now. I am going to leave that for a second and give you a basic outline of what's going to go live tomorrow. So this is our first unit. When this opens, if you would actually start there. And it kind of explains the pathway, what we're going to do, how you should go through all of these things. So for each topic, what I'm going to do is post a video of me walking through what would have been our notes. I'm going to give you a PDF that's blank of the notes in case you want to fill them out as you're going along. I'm also going to give you a PDF of the completed notes so you can use either one. Then there's going to be a link to some form of self-checking practice problems. Some of those will be on Desmos, some of those will be on Delta Math, some of those may be on Khan Academy. But what I'm looking for is ways that you can check yourself without having to have me there to say, yes, you're doing that correctly. And then for each of these, we're going to do a small mini mastery quiz. So instead of having 5 or 6 standards on a quiz on Friday, when you feel confident on exponent rules, you can go ahead and take that quiz. The other change that we're going to be doing is we're not going to have 3 assessments before you can reassess, because that's just not feasible online. So the way we're going to do this is you'll take the mini quiz once on Canvas. If you score 2s, you're happy with your grade, then we will leave it at that and you can move on to the next module. If you're not happy with your score and you want to reassess, what you need to do is still email me or fill out the reassessment link like we've always done. And then I'm going to send you a separate assignment for you to work through. That will be something that will probably show a little bit more work, go a little more in detail, and will need to be either uploaded as a Word doc or to take a picture of it and send it in. Either way, those should work. And that would be your way to reassess if the first one doesn't go well. And then when you go in, I have started setting these up. I'm still working on a few of them. So here's the PDF for the notes. Here's the link to the practice questions. Here's the link to the mini quiz. And then there's going to be a discussion board for each unit. So if you get stuck on something, you can post a question and I will answer you. It's possible your peers will get to you before I do, and that's fine. You can definitely jump in and help each other out. Now, I said this in the unit plan, but I did want to go ahead and say this out loud to you all. This is definitely a review unit, and I did that on purpose. I figure we're all adjusting to something new, so let's work on something that you are more familiar with before we jump into the brand new stuff and having to learn how to do this online for the first time. So, it's properties of exponent rules. You've been doing that probably off and on since 8th grade, so that should be familiar. Exponential growth and decay you did back in either Algebra 1 or Math 1. And then exponential regression you may or may not have done before, but it is very similar to what we've been doing with linear and quadratic. I'll show you how to do it on Desmos. I'll show you how to do it on the TI. You can take your pick and go either way. So grades will progress the way they have before. There'll still be these mini quizzes will count as your mastery quizzes, and then there will also be the practice assignments. They'll kind of take the places of our daily grades, and it will still follow the same grading pattern. If you complete it, you'll get your 100. If you partially complete it, you'll get your 70. I will not be looking at did you make a 100 on the practice problems, because they're practice. You're supposed to make mistakes and learn from them. So I think this covers everything. If you have questions, if you think I left something out, please shoot me an email and let me know. We're all in this together. We'll figure this out the way it goes, and hopefully everything goes well. Thanks.